and audio stream through taccup.com.au. This is TAC Cup Radio.
Good morning, Crooksy, and day 2 of this final. Looking forward to it.
Putting in a magnificent effort.
Oh, look, they were fantastic, the Stingrays, and of course we had a good game the second game. That was... trying to remember who that was then.
That was
Power.
Gippsland Power over Belgians. A bit of interference coming through today, Rick. Sure, we'll work that out as we go. Joining us in special comments today is Peter Williams from AFL Draft Central. How are you, Pete?
Yeah, really good today. We're looking forward to a couple of good games. Hopefully this one should be a cracker, and next one obviously 4th and 5th, so that should be a good one as well.
And after plenty of country teams yesterday, we've got a couple of metro teams to shoot off, and it's the East versus the West.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's going to be a good game. Obviously it guarantees at least the one metro team in the preliminary finals, and then yeah, we've got Metro versus Country, the second game between Sandy and Mo.
Should be very good. Down on the ground is Siobhan Rowe. What's the view like down there, Siobhan?
Both teams really pumped up, getting ready for this elimination final. There's a slight breeze going to the Legends stand end of the ground, but otherwise conditions are perfect. And the turf, as you guys have mentioned before, is absolutely perfect underfoot. So looking forward to a good day of footy.
Fantastic. We might just go through our selections because we apologise just getting to air a little bit late there. Who are you selecting in this first game, Siobhan?
I'm going to go the Western Jets. I think I'm going to go an upset. We haven't seen an upset as such in this elimination final. There's always a roughie that get up, and I think it might be the Jets today.
Peter?
Yeah, no, I'm going Oakleigh comfortably, I think.
Oakleigh comfortably, Rick?
I'm hoping that the Western Jets bring their game that they brought last week, but I think Oakleigh will be too good.
I'm following your lead. I'm really impressed with the Jets last week, but I've already picked Oakleigh in the footy record, so I can't change. I'll go for Oakleigh, but I don't think it'll be by a lot. We'll see how we go. All right, we'll take our first break. Be back on the other side of this for first quarter action. This is TAC Cup Radio, live streaming through the TAC Cup website.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and work wear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Nick
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
and taken by Beasley. Beasley to pump it forward. Goes long. Conithar over the back. Just lost his footing for a sec. There goes Collier Dawkins. Over the top it goes. Anderson with the beautiful hands out in front of Rowell. Rowell. Handballs. There was a spilt opportunity there. And pumping it forward, Jordan. Into the pocket, but 3 against 1 here. And we'll have a ball up. We're 40 metres out in front of the gymnasium. Now we'll have a shot towards the goal. It's dribbling. And a little toe poke off the ground, or picked up on the line basically. And a toe poke, and I think that was Matty Day.
Yeah, I think it was Day. Very clever there. Jake Gasper, of course, from the pocket, just kept it alive. Would have been easy to just run it across the line, but he kept it alive, and Matty Day managed to, I guess, get the beneficiary goal right in the square.
Didn't have a lot of room on the line there, so he did well to get ball to hand.
Score check, 3 goals straight Oakleigh to Western Jets, 2 goals 12, 15 minutes left on the NG scoreboard and the Technica time clock.
Accurate kicking there, Siobhan.
Certainly no misses yet.
Back in the middle we go. Again, Jets with that pressure in the centre, with Conithar getting it down towards centre half forward. Ball hits the deck. They've got too many around there, and scooped up by Atten Delaney for the Chargers. He gets it out wide. Phillips dribbles it forward towards that outer side, half-back flank, and eventually they'll get it out. Still good pressure. Sees the Jets still in the van here. Had an opportunity. Now they'll get it back through Clark, and eventually we lost possession several times there. And the Chargers will work it out, and an intercept mark to Karmas. Ball turned over a bit of late, Pete.
Yeah, like it just seems a bit of, I guess, rebound footy between both the sides. Neither of them can get the open space and have the cleanliness by foot.
And Buku Karmas already getting involved, looking in good nick.
Yeah, you can't afford to kick it to him all the time because he'll just lap it up and rebound with ease.
Same with this guy O'Halloran, who kicks long, and the big Muckman Wraith, who's giving away quite a bit, 191 centimetres up against Walters, who's 200 and 109 kilos. So he's got the job ahead today. But eventually they'll get it out to Jay Robinson. He gets tackled. Beautiful chase down that time. And they'll reward Rochi.
Now, Jets have a spare right in the middle of the ground, if they can see.
Just a bit of a long kick, I think. Yeah, he'll go short. That was a handball, I think.
He'll get there now.
Now they'll get, they spotted that man up, beautiful. Radovanik gets it out. They'll kick towards the pocket. Here's a big pack fly. Oh, gutsy mark there. Was that Honey?
Yep.
Honey it was. Put his body on the line. Bit of Wayne Carey in that mark. And back inside he comes, and they'll have a shot from, you'd nearly call that directly in front. It's not a difficult angle. We saw a few goals kicked from here yesterday.
And this is, of course, Oscar Manton, the Carlton father-son potential prospect, obviously. Still very raw, learning the game, but he's, you know, shown some signs. He often plays in defence. Now he's up forward.
Kicking from 45 out. Connects pretty well, and that's through the middle. Well done, Oscar.
He liked it.
Good off the boot, and is accurate kicking. We're getting that, that's for sure. That's what we like to see here on TAC Cup Radio or AFL or AFLVictoria.com.
3 goals apiece on the Technica time clock on the NG scoreboard. There's 11 minutes left in the quarter.
Good work, Siobhan. Down on the boundary. Not many rotations yet.
Well, this is the first one, Rick. I'll give you a breather.
Oh, I was enjoying myself there, Crooks.
You were? Always get a bit worried leaving you in part charge of the microphone for that long. Noah Anderson Centre of Icon Park. They're going to the Royal Parade end. Beautifully measured kick. Hits up Charlie Whitehead. Whitehead misdirected. Intercept mark from Connor Tharr. Tharr goes in short. He finds Cassius White. Mitchell Hearn, sorry. Hearn goes across half back. They've lost the footy. Turnover. Oakleigh go deep, deep, deep. Buku getting back and sees the ball over the boundary line, out of bounds. Forward pocket. Royal Parade end. Effects might working perfectly there, picking up a reasonable crowd.
It's from about 50 metres away as well.
Yeah, they're loud on the bench down there.
In she comes. Tapped over the back. Buku brought into the dirt. Snap it. Goal. Is that Isaac? No, it's not Isaac.
No, that was Charlie.
That was Jake Gasper. No, who kicked that?
I thought it was Whitehead, but I could be wrong.
Gee, I'll have to pick that up.
There wasn't many pats on the backs, that's all, so we couldn't really... I thought it was Whitehead, but...
I think it's Jake Gasper.
Gasper, was
It
it?
was 26.
Okay.
No, you boys are right. It was Jake Gasper,
All right.
a known goal
I
kicker.
was wrong.
Hey, Siobhan, it wasn't you boys, it was me. We're up in the middle. Down she comes. Walters forces it out. Handball to no one in particular. Now there's head-high tackle. Free kick to Oakleigh. Back of the centre square. They go wide to Jack Ross. Good risk and reward footy. Gets it to Aiton Delaney, who goes into 50. Just got on his tippy toes. Couldn't quite take the mark. The ball will be thrown.
I tell you, that forward hand pass by Ross was beautifully weighted. Very skilled. That was a hard skill to pull off, and he did it beautifully.
That real risk and reward footy, Rick.
You'd like to see him do that. They're going to be very hard to beat, Oakleigh.
Walters spits the handball out, goes to Murphy. Murphy kicks to centre wing. Oh, the Jets bump into each other. That gives the Chargers a chance. They're underneath. Getting in there is Rudick. O'Halloran. And now the umpire will come in and
Reminds me a
call it
bit
up.
of yesterday's game where you have the lower place side having a real crack at this stage of the game, the Jets, and all their classy players are getting involved. They'll work it out of there. It's 55 metres out from the Chargers' goal. Watkins gets it out, but no clear possession. Tap it down. They lost it again. Ross with the handball over the back. Just kicking it inboard. Just didn't allow the forward much hope from behind. Oh, he's got it now. A little hand over to Charlie, and Whitehead goes bang in the goal square.
That was Matty Day, I think, that intercepted it there. That was fantastic.
And always an opportunist, Charlie Whitehead there. Matty Day, was it?
I think it was Matty
really
Day.
well done there.
Yeah, he just picked his pocket, read the ball perfectly, gave the hands off, and another one in the goal square. You know, it's the easiest place to kick him from, and Oakleigh are just getting it to that position and making it easy for the person at the end of the scoring chain.
The lead now is 5 goals straight, Oakleigh 30. Western Jets 3 goals straight, 18 on the NG scoreboard. Technica time clock reads 7 minutes 20 left in the quarter.
We're in forward 50 for Oakleigh again. Jets defending grimly, wrapped up, and the umpire will come in and ball this up. We're 20 metres out from the Chargers' goal. Up she goes. Walters gets the Duke to it. But it's Whitehead again in there. They rush it through the Jets. First behind of the day, 5-1-31 to 3 goals straight, 18. Jets to bring the ball back in. Oh, interception. This is R2. Caught on the boundary, tackled, releases, and then snugged over the line.
Both the Jets' key forwards are on the bench. They're waiting for someone to come off. Jika and Clark, here they go now. But it's interesting, both of them got caught off on the bench.
Not ideal.
Ball to be thrown in. Good work by Walters. Punches it. 20 metres. Dispossessed. Far in there. Kick forward by Anderson. Buku. Karmas. Good work. They stretch it across. Take a bounce. Kick wide. Mark can't be taken by Faeli. Aiton Delaney's got it in the middle of the ground. Good hands. They search inside, and that's a lovely kick. Lovely mark. Oakleigh through Anderson. Go deep. Off hands through for a behind. 5-2-32 plays 3 straight.
So, kick out from the cafe end of the ground, or the Royal Parade end of the ground. Papachatsakis plays on, kicks long to the outer side, or comes back inside, and nice intercept mark that time to Bianco, who's been involved early. They hack it forward inside 50, and that kick's rubbed along. Anderson went without it. Good work by Gasper to gather and hand it off, and they'll kick it long down towards Checker. Ball goes over the top. They've got support. This time through Ayrton Delaney will work it over to Quaynor. He's at full back now and kicks very wide to Rowell. Nice bounce, just enabled him to just keep it in. Good tagging there by Rochi, who allowed Kiriazis in, and we'll have a shot on goal here. They just, I know they could have played on, but probably the right call to
chook raffle in there. They had 3 players just calling for it. Somehow they can run forward.
Good tackle by Rochi to hold up Rowell then.
I think the Jets just backed their teammate to win the ball back. I think Oakleigh thought Rowell were going to run away with it. They started leading up the field. The Jets then backed themselves back for their teammate, and it paid off.
They were all running forward, and Pantelaresco, who's a noted goal kicker, will have a shot which he should be able to kick from there, and he does beautifully there. Daniel loves a goal, and a good kick for goal.
That was, he hardly used any of his run up there.
Yeah, that he connected well, and he missed a couple. He had a couple of wonky kicks last week, so good to see him connect beautifully that time.
The scoreboard now reads 5 goals, 131 Oakleigh, 4 goals straight Western Jets, 3 minutes 30 left on the Technica time clock on the NG scoreboard.
High scoring game so far. They've both already outscored the Rebels, so
goal kicking being exemplary. Good to see. Love Walter's clearing kick there too. Big thumping torpedo punch, got it out of trouble. Oakleigh get it out to Phillips. They kick to half forward. Whitehead, clever. Finds Riley Collier-Dawkins. Phillips, any relation, Peter?
Will to the
your boy?
Yeah, the Tom. I think they might be brothers. Off the top of my head, I think they might be.
And the other brother, I can't think of his name.
Ed.
Tom and Ed. Collier-Dawkins, 45-degree angle. He'll kick probably about 47, 48 metres out. The big fella kicks. Needs it to come back. Oh, did he ever? Beautiful little draw on that, Riley Collier-Dawkins. That's an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender.
Both those kicks up that end have gone right to left.
Just a nice little draw.
Makes sense, I think. I think because of the lower grandstand on this side, there is that breeze that tends to push it.
The straight goal kicking continues with the NG scoreboard rating 6 goals, 137 Oakleigh, 4 goals straight Western Jets, 2 minutes 10 left on the Technica time clock.
Back in the middle, picked up nicely that time by Phillips. Just lost possession there, but he's got support this time through Gasper, who works it down towards the half-forward flank. Day grabs it, chips it inboard, and nice take by O'Neill. Classy mover. O'Neill inside 50, but he's given it to Karmas. And Karmas, probably got to steer away from Karmas. He's so good a reader of the play. He gets told to play on, kicks it down towards the wing. It goes over the top. It's all Oakleigh. Picked up by Ayrton Delaney. He'll go back inboard and they'll work it with a handball. Powerful kick that time by Jordan,
beautiful.
out in front, and a nice take. High above his head was Dylan Williams.
That was just a lovely switch of play, kicking to the fat side of the ground. He had acres to run into there, Dylan Williams, and just didn't break stride. Brilliant football.
Williams, one of the main forwards for Oakleigh, comes in. Bit of a stutter. It gets on the left and kicks, and it's held its line beautifully. Through for another one. Some beautiful kicking here. And they've shot away 7-1, 43 to 4 goals straight, 24. So it's a bit of a shootout. We'll see if this game settles down a bit in the second quarter. And we just got the time clock down there, Siobhan?
20 seconds left.
Right.
It's been a good start to the game. Straight goal kicking, lots of goals scored.
And just to correct, apparently Will Phillips isn't any relation. I was reading the Oakleigh preview previously.
Good that we've got people listening.
Walters, Riley Dawkins. Siren sounds. Free kick paid. That's all she wrote. We'll just check the scoreboard. It's saying 7-1 down there, Siobhan.
7-1, 40 goals straight, 24.
Are my people up here happy with that? I think it's 7. Their scoreboard's wrong, Siobhan, not you. 7-2. I think it'll be. We've got our old friend from Oakleigh doing the scoreboard over on the fence there. He never gets it wrong. So 7-2, 44. The Oakleigh Chargers 4 straight 24.
We'll
the
keep
Western Jets.
an eye on the goal umpires at this stage.
And have you got the goal kickers, Peter? Do you have them all?
Yeah, I do. They're all singles, so good luck with that. We've got Collier Dawkins, Xavier O'Neill, Matthew Day, Charlie Whitehead, Matt Rao, Dylan Williams, Jake Gasper for Oakleigh, and then for Western, Jack Watkins, Deli Andrews, Oscar Manton, and Daniel Pantellaresco.
Beautiful work. We'll take a break here. Quarter time. It is the Oakleigh Chargers by 20 points. This is Tech Cup Radio live streaming through the TAC Cup website.
Thanks for logging on. Coming up in minutes, it's TAC Cup Radio action, live and exclusive on TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, and all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, it is quarter time, and I'll just get. Yep, it's quarter time. Oakleigh are leading by 20 points. Vaughan Rowe is speaking to the manager of Oakleigh, Craig Notman.
Yes, I'm with Craig Notman, talent manager of the Oakleigh Chargers. Really positive start by your boys. Very good, accurate goal kicking. What are your thoughts after that first quarter?
Same like we were saying before, I think we're probably a little bit disappointed with the start. I think there's a few things that we can fix. Centre bounce work has been probably a little bit below par. They've beaten us quite convincingly there in terms of takeaways. Forward entries, I think we can work on a little bit too. And I think just generally around the ground just being a little bit more competitive. So I think we've got a lot of scope for improvement despite the scoreline.
It was quite easy to notice that you guys were applying a lot of pressure. Was that one of the main focuses going into today's game?
I think it is with every game, and again, I think our pressure was probably below the level that we expect. So I'd expect, and the coaches would expect, that lifts after quarter time.
And being an elimination final, what were the feelings like in the rooms beforehand? Does the intensity lift?
I think it does, certainly. All finals do from that point of view. But the boys, this is a good group that really enjoyed playing footy together and look forward to those opportunities. So hopefully we can see the boys kick up a gear again and utilise a little bit of the breeze that we've got here as well this quarter.
And lastly, we saw Riley Collier-Dawkins kick an absolute bomb from 50 metres out. What are your thoughts on his game so far and him as a player?
Still got a little bit of work to do with him at the moment. We think he's got some great talent. We'd like to see him win a little bit of ball. He's a little bit fumbly in that first quarter. But really looking for another lift from here. It was good to see him get on the scoreboard, which is really pleasing.
Thanks so much for your time, Craig. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Cheers. Thanks.
Good work, Siobhan.
Hard taskmaster, Craig.
They were happy with it, Pete.
Yeah, he's 7 goals and a quarter.
Yeah, no, but it's good because they know the areas they're down and they've identified it straight away. So they thought they were getting beaten in that centre area by the Jets. So.
I thought that was absolutely staggering. They've kicked 7 goals to 44 in one quarter of footy, and he was saying that he was a little bit disappointed with the output, but obviously they know that they can go up another gear, which is always a good thing if you kept on your toes.
I think it might also be that defensive pressure, like you sort of mentioned that with like the Jets have kicked 4 goals, so I wonder if he's more looking at it from the point of view of the Jets have actually kicked 4 goals, and that's the problem more so than the scoring themselves.
Yep, good to see. We always talk it up and talk about the good things, but good to see that there's room for improvement even when you're doing well. And they might be a bit disappointed that it's been a bit of a shootout. That might be more the case. They'd like a more dour effort.
And it could very well be that if they play this way against the Jets, you'll have 4 goals against you. You play this way against Dandenong, you might have 7 goals against you.
Yeah.
And you mightn't have the opportunity to kick 7 at the other end.
It'd be enjoyable, 7 goals each a quarter. It'd be enjoyable for everyone else other than the coaches.
Now, the winner of this game, do we know who they play?
They play the Gippsland Power in a preliminary final next week.
Great game.
After their performance yesterday, I think whoever wins this game, it'll be a really cracking prelim.
Should be good. My mail has just told me that... When does Magpies play next week?
Saturday.
Yeah. Do you know when?
Saturday night, I assume, but I think that's what they were saying.
Yeah, 7:25 Saturday night. Interesting.
Okay.
Why is that interesting?
I just find it interesting, the program. That's the kind of life I lead, Rick.
Saturday night.
Ah.
Well, they're going to play 2 night
Yeah.
finals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always
That
prime
leaves
viewing.
plenty of room next Saturday is the best day of TAC Cup footy of the year for me. It's Derby Day.
All
2
right.
prelims, can't wait. All right, we're back in the middle. Everyone's off the ground. Not yet to the umpire's satisfaction. Second quarter action. Take it away, Rick.
Back in the middle, interesting ruck contest so far, and that was Wraith, sorry, wins another one, giving away centimetres and but got a huge leap. So Connor Tharr has it. He'll boot it towards centre half forward. Kraynor gets it off. Rowell puts it into a trouble zone, but they didn't make the most of that, the Jets. Allowed Collier Dawkins in, who's got some run through Jordan, who hits up beautifully. That was out in front of Williams.
And
But
that's
they missed their opportunity there, the Jets.
very interesting. Collier Dawkins was on Buku Kamas there, and I saw he led up to the wing, won the footy, and Buku went with him. So when Oakleigh kicked inside 50, Buku was on the wing instead of down in the forward defensive 50 to intercept. So I wonder if that's something that the Oakleigh forwards will be wary of, trying to
Keep
bring
an
it
eye
over.
on the match up there, Pete. We'll watch that one. Dylan Williams, noted goal kicker, comes in on the left, connects nicely, a little bit left, a little bit right, sorry, for the left footer. Just didn't get that ball tumbling properly. So they'll play on straight away, the Western Jets, and boot it to a contest. Big Walters and Karmas is the target. They bring it to ground. Well done, Rochi, with the handover. Gets it back inside. They'll try and break free there. Good tackling. Radovanovic gets it out. They're trying to burrow their way out of it. Trouble here, the Jets. Again, they get back numbers through Jordan, the Chargers, and force it back inside the centre square. Good bit of gang tackling, and we'll have a ball up.
Liking the footy. Walters taps down. Collier Dawkins just powers his way through, shrugs, gets it to Jordan. Jordan goes wide. He's got Will Goals. Needs to circle around, which he does. Gets onto the left. He's got a man spotted up, and the mark is taken by Jay Robertson. Their kicking is laser-like.
Oh, it's perfect. That's why it's going to be, hard to beat them, and that's why I think they along with Dandenong and the teams to beat this season. Both of them, they're just really entertaining brands of football, and the Jets aren't playing badly. It's just Oakleigh are on another level, really.
Jay Robertson. He is near enough to directly in front. He's going to kick from 46 metres out. Kicks. Nice off the boot. Straight through the hay, did a little. That's another one to the Oakleigh Chargers. Score check, Siobhan.
That brings the score to 8 goals 3, 51. Oakleigh 4 goals straight, 24 on the NG scoreboard. 22 minutes left on the Technica time clock.
It's 12 individual goal scorers. How many can we get before we have a multiple one? That's interesting. And Robertson, interesting fact, he was actually trying out for Eastern Rangers, didn't make it onto the list, and then Oakleigh picked
And went
him
over
up.
there. Walters gets it down. They spit it out through Lucas Fiali. Kick wide. This is going to be intercepted by Rowell. Good crunching tackle on Noah Ainsworth. Rowell gets it back. They work it wide, go inboard through Roth. His kick's intercepted. They need to be quick. Bumped off the kick by Jay Robertson. It's over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Now, if Oakleigh are going to persist with a shorter ruckman, it'd be interesting. Bailey Griffiths is 200 centimetres. Can we recall if he's injured, Pete?
Well, he hasn't played in some time, so I
Yeah.
think that he's been out.
Yeah, but I think he might have got injured the day we called him.
Yeah.
But it's out to Casa now for the Jets, and they'll work it down towards half forward. Good spoil, finds Jordan, who's in everything at the moment. Gets it out wider to Rowbottom. Here they come with Rowell, puts R2 under pressure. He does beautifully to manoeuvre around and give it to Kelly. Will Kelly goes inboard, and there's Bailey Wraith. Gets it to Charlie Whitehead. Or he kicks into the oncoming player, and they'll intercept here, the Jets, and work it towards Honey. Honey goes wide. Oh, this is lucky he over-kicks the ball, and they maintain possession. It's off to Casa. Casa gets it to Rudick. Back in. Oh, good intercept. R2 gets it inboard, and they'll work it clear. Again through Rowbottom, down long, over the back. Here comes Williams. He runs towards goal and puts it through.
One for Jason Dunstall if he's...
Yep, and there we go. It ruined the multiple. There's
always
the first one to
something
kick. You just ruined
I
it,
had
Dylan.
confidence in Dylan kicking multiples. Dylan Williams.
Yeah, well, he just ruined my fun.
But great work there by Bosun and Vivago.
I'd go to be Bocina Vilagi.
Yeah, R2, who we've tried to get right all year.
Score check, Siobhan.
9 goals, 3, 57 Oakleigh, 4 goals straight, 24 Western Jets on the NG scoreboard, 19 minutes left on the
What's
Technica
the feel
time
of
clock.
the Oakleigh bench after this start?
They're certainly up and about. They are definitely up and about. There's a lot of voice coming from the trainers and the players.
Back inside, and we'll have Stacks on the middle.
You spoke about R2 before. He landed very high up in the Morrish medal count, which surprised me, but it's just shown he's had a very consistent season and he's performing well again.
Out the back door, here's a chance for the Jets as they work it towards the forward pocket. A diving mark, and beautifully done. And that'll be Kiriazis.
Crazy. Crazy Curiosity.
Crazy Kiriazis. So he, that was a gully catch, that one. So he's going to kick. We've seen it go right to left. So I'd go just inside that goal post. That right goal post. Kiriazis comes in. And he does that, exactly what we said. Through the middle. Nice little draw. And a nicely executed kick. And that'll even up the scores a little.
9 goals, 3, 57 to 5 goals straight, 30. It's only 27 points, and I think Oakleigh have certainly been the most dominant team to this point, but it's only 27 points.
Back in the middle.
Let's go!
Plenty of chatter out there. Walters gets the tap down. Thaar claimed when he didn't really have it. Rao comes in, ducks ahead. No free kick. Play on, play on. Casa. Eventually they get it out. Nice little spin around there by Bianco. Gasper and Casa. They force it forward. Spinning around. Buku gets it across to Britton. Back out. Rao's got it. He kicks to the hot spot. Oh, drop mark, Dylan Williams around the corner for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender, clubhouse leader perhaps, and he is the standalone forward. 3 goals to Dylan Williams, and the score is Siobhan.
9 goals, 3, 50, 10 goals, 3, 63 to 5 goals straight, 30, 16 minutes, 30 left on the Technica time clock.
That kick of Rouse as well was into a dangerous spot, and he didn't look where he was kicking but knew the right place to kick to. Just put the pressure on the back line of the Jets. Up in the middle we've got a change, and Wraith gets it out to Ross. He boots it long. Anderson's the target. They go over towards the outer side boundary and out of bounds in front of the little scoreboard that we always struggle with. Our old mate over there from the Chargers, always looking after the scoreboard.
He's only put the Oakleigh up, the other one's on the ground.
And he's standing in front of it.
Yeah, doesn't want anyone to know how much they've kicked.
I'd still trust his
I trust his accuracy.
mathematics, because he's done it for many years down there, or timekeeping. Over the back it goes, and it's found Golds. Goes out wide. They had it and lost it through Bianco, and pinched by Clark down towards centre wing. Honey lost it. Intercepted by Phillips. Goes too wide and almost into the legend stand there. So Connor Tharr takes the free kick. Oh, good little fella trying to pinch it. That was well done.
Another stat.
And he'll get it anyway off Clark. Tharr kicks long. Big fly over the back. Jekka brings it to ground. Got quite a number around this ball, but it's taken by Ross for Oakleigh. Boots it towards full forward. Up goes Williams. Almost. It flips out the back. They couldn't quite get it. A little throw out there to Anderson. He spins into trouble, and we'll have a ball up.
It's just the run, Pete. They can't compete with the run.
Yeah, Oakleigh are just a bit too good. I love their forward line too. They don't have a dominant tall. They've just got a heap of medium and smalls that really can hit the scoreboard.
Back underneath it again. We'll have a ball up again.
Just a quick weather update. The clouds are looking a bit ominous and there's a strong breeze towards the Legends stand side of the ground. It may rain. I'm not quite sure what the weather update is, but yeah, it's looking ominous.
Oh, we're okay.
Jane Bunn down there on the boundary. Good to see. Oh, we've got a shot on goal.
That's
now
goal.
there's your clubhouse leader. Gaspar. Snap for goal, puts it through for an AFL goal of the day, AFL Draft Central goal of the day. And that's his second for the day.
We're keeping you busy, Siobhan.
So 11-3-69 to 5 goals straight, 30.
That's exactly right. There's 13 minutes 30 left in the second quarter and Oakleigh is certainly starting to run away with the game.
They wouldn't want to let them get away too much more in this second quarter.
Wraith gets it out, but it is Jets. It's intercepted. This is going to be Jack Ross. Searching kick up forward. Williams on a hot lead.
Doing well, Phillips. That was beautifully executed pass.
That's just footy 101.
Is he lining up for his fourth goal, Dylan Williams?
He is. The left footer. What's his backstory?
Well, he's a Vic Metro representative. He's probably in that top team conversation for next year. He can play anywhere. He's played in defence earlier in the season. He's been dominant up forward for Oakleigh. He's probably a midfielder long term, but very classy player.
Kicks behind 10-4, 64 to 5 straight. Will he be playing on? Sorry, Pete. Will he be playing on grand final day in the under-17 match?
Yes, yeah. You got mate.
One to put
AFL Academy member. So, yep.
So big boot towards O'Halloran, who takes a strong mark. Contested mark in front. Had a good start to this game and goes to Jekka. Big fella Jekka. He'll get it out in front and play on. Just looking for someone to hand it off to. Just no clear possession. Now they do. They had enough options then to just go wide and just hold up play. So the Jets have it. And the long kick by Britton goes towards 50. Spoil brings it to ground. R2's got to beat 3, and he does. Gets it over to Anderson. He'll shoot it forward. Little push out, but play on's a call. Just holding it up there at half-back, the Jets.
Very lucky because Jake Gaspar was all by himself, just inboard about 30 metres. So if they'd been able to win that footy, he would have been off.
So we've got a ball up. Wraith palms beautifully, but sharked by Honey, who lost it, holding the ball. Gaspar will play on quickly, kicks partially smothered. R2 gets it across. O'Neill inside 50 to Charlie, and Whitehead will have the shot on an angle.
We saw the Dandenong Stingrays play yesterday and Oakleigh's ball use is very similar to Dandenong's. It's just laser passes that always hit a target. They've been really impressive today.
So Oakleigh having another shot through Whitehead, and he's gone a little bit left to right, and that's nicely put through the middle. And another one. That's his second, Whitehead. So the score moves on to 12-3, 75. Sorry?
12-4, 76 to 5 goals straight, 9:30 on the NG scoreboard, 10 minutes 20 left on the Technica time clock.
Get the toad in there, Jay. Let's keep going.
This is plenty for Lee Brown
Don't drop
to have a
off.
think about.
He's probably somewhere in the audience, or if not, he's certainly watching via tackcup.com.au or listening.
Have to work out a few matchups next week for this mob. We're in the centre of the ground. They go. O'Halloran gets the clearing kick. Kicks inside 50. Beats all comers. Now they're half a south of France. Can't get it through. Rush through from behind.
Good
First
soccer
score
tactics by Faley there.
was 5-1 plays 12-4.
Jets really need a goal now.
Just to keep the heads up. Oakleigh decided something unusual to go straight down the middle of the ground. Jordan spins out of trouble, puts in a short one. Whitehead, Collier Dawkins gets the gallop up. Keenor goes inside 50, and the mark is taken by Jake Gasper. Gasper, one of the leading goal kickers. He's no relation, is he? He's not a father-son?
No.
Darren Gasper? No. Nope. Jake Gasper. Got the cherry red boots on. Similar spot to where Whitehead kicked it from. Although we've seen some good goals kicked from this spot over the years. Rick.
Yeah, plenty.
It's not the hardest spot in the ground to kick. Gasper taking plenty of time. Comes in, kicks, and skinny off the boot. Now,
What's going on here?
I think it was this, because the goal umpire was in the best position.
So I don't know why they needed the field umpire to
Stick his
sort
nose in.
that out.
Having an argument down there, I think.
They could have been in violent agreement. Out of bounds on the full, no addition to the score. The Jets to bring the ball back in.
They'll kick long, and Karma spoiled, brings it to ground. Out the back door to Jordan. They'll work it back inboard to Quaynor at centre wing. He goes wider, and he's found Jordan again. Liked him so far. Probably needs a lower number. They'll give it off to Kelly, and Kelly will pick up Bianco here, who runs around as if they weren't there. Gives off the handball. This will Collier Dawkins with the blind turn. Gives it back. They're still running in and out of trouble here and allow the Jets in. They just need to get a clear handball out to Pantalleresco. He had it and lost it. Probably a bit of a hold there. Let go. Play on's the call. O'Halloran barging his way, gets a toenail on it. Out the back door it comes to that player there in Westwood. They're just running around in circles, and Rao gets the 1-2. He'll go back all the way to full back, and Will Kelly, he'll force it wide. He's got support out there, and they'll kick to a contest. Whitehead's a target. Sharked away. They still haven't got away here, the Jets, and worked out by Rowbottom. He gets it out. Quaynor lost it. Connor Thar comes in, gets on the left, and works it down to Jecker, out in front. He gives it back, and Thar goes inboard, but nicely picked up there by Westward with the intercept.
They go inboard and pick up Noah Anderson, a true centre-half back. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Ainsworth lays off the handball. Aiton Delaney looking for Gasper, Buku, Karmas, Rocker Gibraltar at the back. Spears the left foot pass right into the heart of defensive 50. Spencer Johnson.
Orange!
Johnson goes out wide. Rao comes in and spoils the mark over the boundary line, out of bounds. Half forward flank, northern side of the ground of Icon Park. where the old press box used to be in the old days, Rick, the old standing room.
Underneath us here, Walters taps it down and handballs it. Oakleigh with the numbers. Rowbottom hacks it inside 50 with a long kick, and out of bounds it goes.
Time check, Siobhan.
5 minutes left in the second quarter.
12-4 plays 5-1 on the NG scoreboard. Convincing start to the Chargers. We're attacking again. Walters palms it out. Trying to paddle it again. Rowbottom with the handoff. Trying to barge their way out. Halloran. Wraith underneath it. Now they'll get it out through Watkins. Play on's the call. The advantage pay. Now Big Walters gets the long kick, and he nicely directed that time. And White has it. He goes inboard. Nice pass to Clark. Clark in the centre square. Didn't quite hit the target. Honey went without it. Over the back, Ross gets it. Probably did that a bit too easy. They've just got a way of getting out of trouble, these Chargers, and they do it nicely that time through Phillips. He goes inboard to Kelly, who hits his player up there in Day. Day, you'd nearly back him in from here. Good size of a lad. 189 centimetres, can play mid and forward. He'll kick from 49 metres out.
He's an overage player, of course. Missed out last year, unfortunately.
I was surprised with that, Pete.
Yeah, came from basketball, so good move.
Well, not after that kick.
Jeez,
that was a... I don't know how you describe that. That's just hit under his foot and gone out of bounds.
That was the worst kick of the day I think we've seen by far, easily.
Jets to bring the ball back in. Need to be accurate. They're not. Chargers will be all over this one. They get it across to Day. He just runs in, kicks it around the corner, off to post. Just, I like the charge on him.
Yeah, I reckon
the kick was just a bit casual.
Lucas Rocky just sort of walked past and let him know he missed a couple of chances there, and Answorth came up and had a go at him.
Jets. This time they hit a target. Josh Honey. Honey lays a handball. Oh, now they're in Barney rubble. They're in big trouble here. The Chargers. R2 gets it across to Matty Day. Doesn't worry about kicking it. Gives it to Charlie Whitehead, who slams it through at ground level. And third time lucky for Day. He thought, no.
Would have been tempted to have another shot at it, wouldn't he?
I think those doubts started crossing his mind.
Bit of a
How do you do?
13 goals, 583 to 5 goals, 131 on the NG scoreboard. Roughly 2 minutes left on the Technica time clock. Certainly, Oakleigh have been the most dominant side in this first half.
As a first half score, that is massive.
Yeah.
And they're 25-minute quarters.
If I ask Craig Notman again, I reckon he'd be pretty happy.
They're always grumpy, those blokes. They're never happy. They go forward again. Ball bouncing. Whitehead. He's one of those lively little blokes around goals. To bring the ball back in, the Jets. Shadows of half-time. Thar in the heart of defensive 50. Just slows it up a bit. He's a thinker, Connor. They go into the middle of the ground. Almost an executive maintenance mark of the day. That's too high. And to bring the ball back in for Oakleigh is Xavier O'Neill. O'Neill kicks out wide, looking for Wraith. Perfectly measured kick. That was, to borrow a phrase, centimetre perfect. Just had him on the back pedal, and he was the only one ever going to be in the contest. We've got a perfect view of this. Pete will get this right in the middle of the camera. You'll be able to follow the Sharon the whole way. He's
been one
As
of
Bailey
Oakley's
Wraith
best.
comes in and just laser beams it through. That's their 14th. They move on to 14.690 to 5.131 on the NG scoreboard. And any time left, Siobhan?
5 seconds left on the Technica time clock. That is a huge score, 90 points and a half.
Unbelievable. 14.6 to 5.1. That is a magnificent effort by the team that finished third.
Yeah. So Oakleigh are winning by plenty, is what we're
saying.
And they're really standing up and looking a real threat later in this competition.
They're making it. They're not winning. They're making a statement, I would suggest. All right, the goal kickers, please, Pete, if you could.
All right, so for Oakleigh, there's no shortage of goal kickers. Charlie Whitehead and Dylan Williams both have 3. Jake Gasper with 2. Riley Collier-Dawkins, Xavier O'Neill, Matthew Day, Jay Robertson, Matthew Rao, and Bailey Wraith all have 1. And for the Jets, they're all singles. Jack Watkins, Stephen Curiazis, Daly Andrews, Oscar Manton, and Daniel Pantelleresco.
Big first half by the Oakleigh Chargers. We will take a break and be back on the other side of this. Rick will be having a chat to the Metro talent manager, Brett Allison. You are listening to TAC Cup Radio, live stream through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number 1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you'd expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, it is half-time. The Oakleigh Chargers 14-6-90 lead the Western Jets 5-1-31, and we've got a special guest at half-time, Rick Morris. Who are you speaking to?
I'm speaking to Vic Metro Manager. We'll get the actual title off you in a minute there, Brett. What is the title?
Yeah, Talent Pathway Manager for the Metro, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now, this is your second year in the job. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it is. Started to get my head around it a bit more this season. Yeah, felt a bit more comfortable with it. There's going to be a few changes next season coming with the National Academy sort of disbanding a little bit and going into state hubs or state academies. So there'll be a little bit of change in that again, but no, things are going along pretty smoothly at the moment. All right,
and the Metro boys, how have they gone this year as a group?
Yeah, pretty strong. Look, we had a pretty good carnival at 18s level. I think South Australia were probably well known as the favourites before the carnival started, and played accordingly. Certainly got plenty of talent in their team over there, but we certainly held our own and probably improved. This group, 2 years ago at under 16s level, didn't win a game in the championship. So to come 2 years later, and the improvement in the group of players, and then be in that grand final game or final game of the 18s championships this year is credit to them and credit to the talent and ability they've got.
And how do you manage the group overall and get them together at certain times? You've got some within the club's dynamics and some through the academies as well. How do you manage all that?
Yeah, it is a bit of a jigsaw puzzle at times, because you've got the private school football comp as well. So when that's on, the players leave their TAC clubs and become part of that competition. So yeah, just a lot of communication with schools, with TAC clubs, the various regions, and even their local clubs at times, to try and get across the message of the individual development plans that are being worked on with each player. So that's a large part of the job.
And I've noticed there's been a few changes of positions, which is rare at TAC Cup level, with even some of the talent managers throughout the Metro changing hands of late. Have you found any challenges with that as yet?
Not as yet, and there seems to be always plenty of people out there interested in those sort of roles. So you get plenty of people putting their hands up to get involved. So
they do keep them long term normally, don't they?
Yeah, well, they have been without a doubt. And look, I think there'll be a few changes coming up at the end of this season too. Okay. Probably more in the coaching ranks. I think there's a few coaches that have got some different irons in the fire and move on from this stepping stone. So there'll be a few. It could be 3 or 4 changes in the system next year.
And the draftable prospects this year compared to last year, you see a similar sort of crop coming through, or?
Yeah, I do. In terms of numbers, I think it'll be fairly similar. Look, last year I think we had Victoria had 9 of the top 10 picks last year.
Remarkable.
That probably won't happen this year. There's a lot more top-end talent and ability interstate. So South Australia will have a few. The Allies have got some nice players this year as well. So maybe not as many in the top sort of 30 that were drafted last season, but I think overall the numbers will be fairly similar. We'll be up, we're around that 50-55% of the draft, I think, again.
And any key players that you'd like to note? I know you can't be too biased with the Metro boys that are out there yesterday and today.
Look, it's probably the ones that are known that have been going along really well. I mean, Isaac Quainer's out here today, who's a really good talent. Bailey Smith's going to go well. Benny King from Sandringham we'll see in the next game. They'll figure pretty prominently early on. But it's been really good as well to watch a bit of the bottom age talent playing and holding their own as well. In this game we've got young Matty Rowell and Trent Bianco and Dylan Williams, Noah Anderson are really doing well. And from a Western Jets point of view, you've got Darcy Casser and Emerson Jecker doing well up forward. Josh Honey's a really nice player. So it's really good to see a good mix of what's available this year plus what's coming through next season as well.
And you wouldn't even know that they were first age or first-year players, would you?
No,
bottom age. The way they play, they're all dominant players when they get enough of the footy.
Yeah, and that's been the pleasing aspect, I think, is the regions do a really good job. Their development programs are really strong, and as you say, you watch players out there, and they do look the same age. There's not a lot of you're not looking at blokes going, oh, he's probably a bottom age. You know, he couldn't hold his feet there. Was sort of shoved out of the way pretty easily. I don't notice that very much at all.
And one of the boys you just mentioned, Emerson Jecker, who big lump of a lad, 197 centimetres, 87 kilos, so still fill out a bit, but they liken him to Wayne Carey, Little Duck, they're calling him.
Are they? Yeah,
Yes.
No, he's a big lump of a kid without a doubt. His strengths that I've seen so far are more his agility and his mobility for his size. So as long as he keeps that as one of his weapons, he's got the potential to go to greater heights with his footy for sure. Beautiful skills, beautiful kick of the footy for his size. But yeah, it just doesn't. At this stage, early in the season, I thought he battled a little bit, getting used to playing against players the same size as him. He's probably always been a bigger, stronger kid in his own age group, but he's starting to get starting to work that out and playing or having much stronger contributions the back half of the season.
Fantastic. And one you mentioned also, Dylan Williams, already with 3 on the board, has played a various roles this year. Where do you see his best footy? Is he a forward or is he very versatile?
Well, he is versatile. Look, he probably needs to get his fitness level higher to become a midfield type. But he's certainly shown at TAC level he can play across half back nicely. Good decision maker, good mark for his size, and his goal sense is pretty elite for when he's in the forward line. He's only a medium-sized player, but you could think, I'd probably compare him to young Haywood, is it, from the Swans, that medium type forward that's a really good mark for his size. Just probably needs to work on his ground level stuff a little more, and his forward pressure to hold down a position or a role like that at AFL level.
And it's a busy time of the year, especially for you, Brett. What are the main challenges going forward for the rest of the year for you as a manager of Vic Metro?
Look, it's with the championships finishing now, it's really back to the TAC Cup. So we've just got a couple of weeks left of the finals of this competition. Then we've got the futures, the under-17 futures. Future Stars game grand final day, the curtain raiser game, which is a great experience for those young fellas. The best 50 kids from around Australia come and play a curtain raiser on grand final day, so that'll be a great experience. They come into camp on the Thursday, I think it is Wednesday or Thursday before the game, so we spend a couple of days there working with them, and then it just rolls straight into draft combine the week after grand final, and then a bit later than that, the actual draft in November. So a little bit on coming up, but just try and take care of the programs and make sure the kids are in the best condition they can be for those various functions. And
you touched on it just before, grand final as well this year. It's going to be a different look, not at Etihad, so it's going to be here at Icon on the Saturday. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, look, it'll be great to have a standalone game. We'll be able to play at a traditional time, I suppose. We'll work in with the broadcast. This is being broadcast live on Fox. So once we know the set prelim final scheduled at AFL level, we'll find out what time our game will be. It'll be somewhere between 12 and 2:30, I believe. So that'll be fantastic out here. Look, it's a great venue, particularly for under-18 TAC Cup footy. So we look forward to a big day on grand final day in a couple of weeks.
And it's in perfect condition, isn't it, the surface here at Icon Park?
Yeah, well, there's not much traffic on it at the moment, with obviously the AFL side is out. The Northern Blues have finished, so there's no need for them to train here. The women's stuff hasn't quite got going yet, AFLW, and I think really the only ones using it at the moment are the umpires that train on it maybe once or twice a week. So the groundsmen are out on it all the time. They're throwing fertiliser around and gyp rock and whatever else they can to put on it, and as you can see, it's in pretty good condition. So it's a great venue for these young blokes to get out and show their stuff on.
And I can't let you go without mentioning the mighty Kangas. How did you see their season, Brett, being a former champion?
Oh, look, probably a surprising season for me. I probably had them in the bottom four myself, finishing-wise. So to see them be able to be inside the 8 for a number of weeks there, and then be really pressing to finish in the 8, I think is a real tick for the tick for the coaching staff down there. They're a young group. They're building and on their way up. So let's hope they can keep moving in that direction. So yeah, not a bad season for them overall.
Great work. Brett Allison, I'll get you to introduce your title again.
Talent Pathway Manager for the metropolitan area.
No worries, I'll have to write that down next time.
It's a miracle.
Thanks for taking the time out to join the broadcast here today. Really enjoyed your insight into the Vic Metro boys especially, and look forward to seeing you in the rest of the finals.
Yeah,
thanks,
fantastic.
Brett.
Thanks, boys, and thanks for your efforts covering the TAC for us during the season. It's been fantastic.
Terrific.
Okay,
Thanks,
boys,
Brett.
good luck.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Down at ground level, Siobhan.
Oakleigh Chargers certainly up and about, getting in each other's face. They need to finish the job, the foot's on the throat. and the Western Jets were in a tight huddle, and Xavier O'Halloran brought the boys together, and I'm sure just said, we've got to fight out this game, boys, we've got to do everything that we can. But they were in a tight huddle, and so are Oakleigh just now, and hopefully we're in for a better second half.
Well, football-wise, it was a good half. I didn't mind the...
Oh, yeah, it was a high-quality game. The high-scoring, free-flowing, wasn't, you know, stoppage-related, so, as we say most weeks, Gill'd be happy with that, I think. So, good quality contest. Plenty of young talent and future AFL players out there.
This would be an interest... Well, it interests me, Peter. Might interest anyone else. I'm interested if a recruiter's looking at the, you know, like a Dylan Williams and, you know, the players that are all going forward. To me, I'd be fascinated looking at guys on the Jets team and how they react to a game like this, where the victory's almost taken out of it. You're not going to win the game. And then how you play and what you do to limit the damage type of thing.
Oh, definitely. And there's a lot of recruiters that actually go up to the huddles at the breaks and just watch their body reactions, how they respond, where they stand, etc.
All right, third quarter underway. The ball gets flipped out. Golds, handballs into the middle. They go forward through Dylan Williams in the middle there. No, sorry, it wasn't Williams. It was Jack Ross. Rowell. Mark inside 50 to Will Golds. Starting off where they're going to finish.
Just like Dandenong yesterday, they've got winners all across the board. I can't really see a weakness in their defence, their midfield or their forward line.
Golds. Kicking roughly where Neil Danaher did all those years ago. Not as well as Neil. Neil put it through to beat Carlton. And Bosina Valagi, R2 Bosina Valagi, has marked the ball in the goal square, and this will be the first of the second half. And bang. Straight into the netting. Yeah, he just made it dramatic. You're an interesting set of goal umpires today, Ricky, as we're discovering.
Well, he didn't have much to do last quarter, so getting amongst it early.
That brings the score to 15-6, 96 to Western Jets, 5 goals, 131 on the NG scoreboard, 23 minutes left in this quarter. A quick injury update. Charlie Whitehead from the Oakleigh Chargers is going through some walkthroughs on the bench, pointing at his ankle.
He's on. Day's on track for the most attempts running into goal because he's found himself on the end of quite a few. Yeah, definitely. I think that's where they maybe see him as that sort of athletic forward who can play in the midfield as well. So just trying him out different places, trying to attract different clubs, I'd say.
Score check, Siobhan?
16-6, 102 to 5 goals, 1, 31. 20 minutes left on the Technica time clock.
They've brought up their ton as
100 at three-quarter time. They keep this up.
O'Halloran kicks forward. Casa holding the ball, says the umpire. Aiton Delaney kicks sideways, dangerous. Bianco. Honey gets him in a good tackle. Good pressure by the Jets. Too high, says the umpire. Westwood to Bianco to Isaac Keenor. Keenor out of defensive 50. Beautifully measured kick. Might have a bit too much on it. Buku comes in. Now Thar goes out wide looking for Big Emerson. Jekka. And it's over the boundary.
He'll be one to look out for in the years to come. Jybon told us that he's a bottom age player and he's really exciting for us to watch in the coming years.
I didn't think Brett was going to jump in on the Carey analogy straight away for a bloke that played at the feet of Wayne Carey. Yeah, what the bloke was like firsthand. As O'Halloran gets the free kick right on the numbers, 50 metres out. Been a long time between drinks in the goal department for the Jets. And the skipper lines up, wipes his hands, sets himself. He's coming from a long way out. Comes in. Couple of skips. Gets as close as he can to the man on the mark, and that is gone another 10, 12 metres past the goal umpire. How easy kicked that, what? It's easily a 60-metre kick.
I was going to say that's definitely a goal of the day. That was brilliant from O'Halloran.
He measured that perfectly. That run up to the mark, he got that as close as he possibly could. And it cleared the umpire by a long way. Brilliant. Buku's doing the job that I was sort of speaking about. Like if I was a recruiter, I want to see what he's doing when the tide's against, and he's doing everything he possibly can to stem it, expand his play. Oh. Got the free kick.
Mother Curiosity brings it to ground. Chargers get numbers back. And oh, good tackle by Casper. Another good tackle left side.
And they don't have an axe to grind either, either of them. Oakleigh. It's a bit of a chaos ball. Karmas gets rid of it, but gives it off to Charlie Whitehead. He kicks a very, very straight banana bender. That was the straightest banana I've seen. Straight through for a behind. And Oakleigh move on to 16-7 to 5-1, 6-1.
16-7, 103 to 6 goals, 137 on the NG scoreboard.
Technica.
13 minutes, 44 left.
Jets to bring the ball back in. Lovely big thumping kick out to half back. Karmas at the back. Flips the handball out. They're off to the races. Long kick inside 50. They've got some numbers here if they can just control it, but Keenor very, very clever. They get it. Back pedal. Pressure still on. Trying to get it out. Ends up with Keenor. He gets the handball out to Bianco, who's just waltzed over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Ooh, wasn't too happy with that. He gave that back to the umpire with some vigour.
Oh, this is good.
Wowee.
Yeah.
He found a second gear. He sort of saw Karmas was behind him and went, all right, I'm going to add go up a gear here and just really put it down. And it was a fantastic passage of play down the middle. Heaps of space and plenty of time. And, oh, geez, Oakleigh are looking good.
Up they go. Oh, that may have been a tad high.
He made sure they knew about it.
Advantage, advantage, no advantage, advantage. And it comes back, it's Jordan. Jordan. Spears one to half forward. It's a long lead. Taken by Matt Day. Kicks into the pocket. And they can cover that one. Day. Handballs into the goal square. And Dylan Williams kicks a drop kick. That hasn't been seen here, Rick, since Rod Ashman and Gary Crane were running around on the ground.
That is as easy as you like.
That was good. Day happy to dish off. Score check.
Getting pretty ugly now, 18-7, 115 to 6 goals, 137 on the NG scoreboard, 11 minutes left on the Technica time clock.
Rick, I think Siobhan just said you're getting pretty ugly. Oh, no, that was the score. Sorry. missed that.
78 points, jeez.
Yes.
Oh, oh wow. Oh, jeez.
Now, at this point, we start to look to the record books. Do we look to the record books yet?
Oh.
I don't. I think we're a long way to go.
The problem is they don't keep a heap of records.
Well, I know this will surprise you, Peter. I know the Northern Knights kicked 32 goals in a grand final in the mid-90s. 32-16. I think they might have beaten the Jets, from memory.
Yeah.
So it's a long way to go to beat that one of our records of the Knights. As Thar brings the ball out. Home and away, I'm struggling a bit. Keenor. Do you want me to stand up and get a scowl on my face? They're just doing as they please at the moment. Charges. Lovely mark taken by Dylan Williams. It's going to go... Don't tell me it's encroachment 50 metres. That's the last thing they need.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
encroachment.
Andrews.
It's 50 metres, and Dylan's going to be gifted.
5.
He's... How many goals is that?
He'll be up to 5 when he kicks this one. The last 2 have been the easiest 2 he'll ever kick, I think.
So this is his 5th.
Oh.
And that is Oakleigh's what, Siobhan?
20th.
20th goal.
And we've still got 9 minutes left in the third quarter. So, yeah, Western need to do something to stop this bleeding because it's almost 100 points, 90 points.
27, 127 to 6-1-37.
Yep.
When you
So I told you so, but...
I think Peter told us this.
Yeah. Oh, Oakleigh are fantastic. Yeah.
Over the top, kicks towards goal up there.
Sums up their day, really.
Trent Bianco to bring the ball back in for the Chargers. Gets around Josh Honey. Kicks straight down the middle of the ground, looking for Collier Dawkins. Mark Spilt. Handball errant. They get it out. Collier Dawkins on the end of it. He's got a few afterburners too. Collier Dawkins kicks it. Chaos ball inside 50. There is charges everywhere. Williams kicks it around the corner. Oh, how's the bounce? How's the bounce? Oh, behind.
Just a quick weather update. The breeze is starting to pick up again towards the legend stand end of the ground, and there's a couple of drizzles that have just fallen, so it might start raining soon.
What do you think will happen to Matt Day this year?
Look, he hasn't got an invite, so that's probably not a great sign. I think he's got potential, but he's still very raw. He came from basketball only the year before, so I think he's got potential. Probably VFL, see how he goes. Yeah.
So the Oakleigh boys, where do they go? Go to your mob or do they go to
Oh yeah, we
Port
just draft
Melbourne?
them all. They don't. They can go, yeah, Collingwood or mostly Port Melbourne, I think, because Port Melbourne obviously don't have the AFL alignment, so that helps.
A few more spots. Jets bring the ball back in. Solid. Get to Buku Karmas in the middle of Icon Park. Thar slips at the most inopportune time. The Chargers pounce. Collier Dawkins pops one out the front, and good defence by the Jets. Like it. They clear, and the mark is taken by Crazy Kiriasis. Crazy just goes into the middle. Finds his teammate and Jack Watkins. Watkins. Plenty of talk, not a lot of movement. Watkins kicks to half forward, looking for Big Emerson. Only went with the one hand. And they're wrapped up. And the umpire will come in and ball this up.
When they don't have the ball, Oakleigh, they're holding the Western Jets up so well. They set up flawlessly.
Thar can't get rid of it. Kiriasis. Now Oakleigh. Almost turn it over. Smothered. Casa. They'll have to bend a hell of a long way. It doesn't. And that's over the boundary line, out of bounds on the full. Back pocket. Chargers bring it in quickly. Mark's taken by Ainsworth. He goes out wide. Going to be intercepted. And that is punched over the line by Rocci. Lucas Rocci.
Now, in terms of high scores, I've had a look, and obviously Dandenong would have had a few against the Jets, actually, up at Shepley, where they won by over 100 points. Remember that game?
Yes.
I'm not sure you know. 26-11, 167 they kicked.
Down the front. Paddled it to the boundary side. Share shot. Now down. Free kick back. So it's Watkins with the footy. Just in the scoreboard vicinity.
And the Chargers have already topped their highest score for the season, which was 123. So
see what they can do. Ball thrown in. Wraith taps down in front of him. Well roved by the Jets. Across the face of goal. One bounce, stays in. Keenor wants to keep the footy in. Keeps it in front of him. Great play, Isaac. Phillips picks it up. Gasper, Whitehead. His handball's smothered and falls back. And now he's off and running. Two bounces. Deep kick up forward. Comes over the back. Good work by the Jets. That's a nice clearing kick. Rowell taps it over the back. They're a chance. Whitehead lines it up. Hasn't picked out anyone, and Walters has got it. He kicks out wide. He's got Daly Andrews on the gallop, Rick. Perfect name, love him.
20 goals, 10 behind, 30 Oakleigh Chargers to the Western Jets, 6 goals, 3, 39 on the NG scoreboard.
Your goal kickers, Matt. Matt.
Well,
Peter, sorry.
Just insulted.
No bias here.
Okay, so Dylan Williams is the clubhouse leader with 5, and then for Oakleigh, obviously, and other multiples include Charlie Whitehead 3, Jake Gasper 3, and then Matthew Day with 2, Atu Basambalulaji with 2, and then Collier Dawkins, O'Neill, Rao, and Wraith with 1 each, and then for the Jets, they're all singles: Watkins, Kiriazis, Andrews, Manton, O'Halloran, and Pantelleresco.
All Oakleigh Chargers here. This is TAC Cup Radio, live streaming through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years.
That's all right.
Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football, and your #1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, three-quarter time, and the Chargers are leading by how many, Peter? 89 points? No, or 91 points.
Yeah, it's 130 to 137, so 93
points.
39.
Boys, I'm just going to grab Torrin Baker, coach of the Western Jets, for a quick chat. He'll come and grab me just after he gives the address to the boys.
Okay, no worries. Good call.
Maybe not catch that address. That might be.
Don't get the mic too close to the address.
That might be a censored thing.
I haven't got a push button.
Somebody's got to think of the children, so you know. Yeah, I think we might hear it. We might be getting interference then. That's for sure.
So, good summation, Peter. To Cummerson and O'Halloran are the two that have really stood out today for the Jets. And as we alluded to at half-time, there's a really good look at players in adverse situations rather than, I mean, if you play footy, you want to be playing for Oakleigh today. Like, if you can't get a kick with Oakleigh, you won't get a kick. Yeah. Having said that, I've really liked the way their forwards have had a shot for goal. They haven't overshared the ball out the front. Maybe Day did a couple of times once he missed, but you know, I was happy that Williams had that shot at goal and missed. You know, that's what forwards are meant to do, ping goals. So, and it's also this. I always think to these days, this like there's some Western Jets boys. This is their last quarter of under-18 footy. Now, you know, unless there's a couple there that'll come back as 19-year-olds.
I thought you were going to say unless they come out and kick 20 goals. I thought that'd be impressive.
This is sort of the end of the line for the majority of them. There's a few that'll be on AFL lists. There'll be many that are not. Some will move to Werribee or to Williamstown or around the place. They just don't know quite where they're going to be. So it's a very interesting quarter of footy. Proud club at their best season thus far.
And Carmus, of course, is a Bulldogs Next Generation Academy.
Yep.
And Collingwood have 3 that are there with obviously Rafe and Atu as well. So there's 3 that they'll be keeping an eye on.
Run around, Katie.
All right, we're just waiting for the Jets to break up. They're still in a tied huddle, which doesn't surprise. That's the kind of team that they are. Okay, over to you, Siobhan.
I've got a quick chat. I've got Tyron Baker here, coach of the Western Jets. Look, it's been a really tough day. What are you hoping to see from the boys in the final quarter?
Yeah, probably from half-time we obviously knew what the result was going to be, so it was more about making sure that we, I suppose, changed the course of the game in the way that it was being played. When that last quarter we had a bit more ball inside 50, which was positive, so they're a really strong team, but we've asked the boys to fight it out.
Some shining lights from today are the performances of Buku Carmus and Xavier O'Halloran. What can you tell us about those two boys?
Yeah, I thought in particular Xavier was terrific that quarter, and again he was one who I suppose just rose to the challenge of what we asked, and Buku's been pretty strong as well. But yeah, we haven't had too many winners today.
Beautiful. Thank you for your time. Good luck in the last quarter.
Interesting to note, Isaac Connell's going into the middle. So, mixing it up. Perfect opportunity.
No worries, I'm at the other end of the ground now, boys, so...
You can wander around the boundary, that's okay, to come back. I know. All right, last quarter action here. The highest score this season's 26 goals, something.
Yeah, 167 is the total. That is the leader for this season, and that was Dandy. So against the Jets. And how about Collier Dawkins though? He's not a huge ball winner, but he just does little things like that where he puts his body on the line, handballs it off, takes the contact, and then he sets up his teammates, which is he's done it a few times today. So he's been really impressive from that regard.
21-10-136.
Oh no! Oh. Well, I think when you kick 6 in a team that, you know, so many winners, it really stands out, and he's been unbelievably impressive down forward. He was sort of contemplating whether to pass it, so I wonder if he's not confident about the distance. So we'll see soon. And that's probably why he plays in defence, out on the full. That was silly, I think, there. And for Robertson too, because obviously he'd miskicked it, gone out of bounds, it'd be a throw in, and because he knocked him over, now Karmas has a second chance. Yep, Robert. He'll be lining up for his second today. Join the long list of multiple goal kickers on Oakleigh's team.
So, Robertson. Robertson. 35 out. Puts it through the middle. Another goal to the Chargers. They are running away with it.
Yep, you can't really fault their performance today. They've come here, got the job done, and never taken the foot off. So, really good performance, impressive. They probably saw what Dandenong did yesterday and thought, let's just try and top that.
Back in the middle. Left out five, mate. Gets it to ground. Not over breakaway, but now we've got Williams in the middle. Taken away by Matt. Gets it forward. There's a handball over the top to Watkins. He'll find it. He runs the goal. Surely they'll get one here. So juggling attempt. Just chipped at it. In from behind. Charges, man.
That'd be the 150 up, just about, wouldn't it? 20.
Yes, the NG scoreboard reads 24 goals, 10, 104 to the Western Jets, 6 goals, 440. Around 16 minutes left on the Technica time clock. This has been an absolute smashing.
Back in the back pocket here, and trying to work it out. Very wide. They'll work it towards the scoreboard. Out of side, no clear winning possession. Karmas with the boot out of trouble. Big fly for executive maintenance mark of the day, Clark. Kicked by Manton. Manton goes further afield. They did well there. And they'll boot it down towards half forward. There's a free man there, Rudik. If he can pick it up, he's got someone hot in his tail. And that was well done by Westwood, who mops up. Here's an opportunity. And Radovanovic gets it inboard. And they spilt the mark there. Chargers just coming back for more through O'Neill. Gives it off. Rudik. Casa. Watkins just trying to break clear here, and they get it inboard, but an intercept mark. Nicely done, Bianco. He goes wide into Noah Anderson's hands. Anderson through the middle to Ross. Ross has been good as well. Over to O'Neill. O'Neill into Whitehead. They are just lining up here, the Chargers. They go wide, a dinky kick to, that was Phillips. Now they'll have a lead to the pocket. Matthew Day got spoiled and out of bounds it goes. It does. So we are at about the 35 metre mark throwing at the Legend Stand end of Icon Park. Over the back, trying to defend the Western Jets, but oh, good work. Ainsworth kicks towards goal, but out of bounds on the full it goes. We'll have a kick in, and they'll find Watkins, who's been pretty busy. Tried hard all day, has Jack Watkins. He'll kick to the outer side, but this will be spoiled. R2 comes in. He's enjoying the goals at the moment, but this time he'll centre it, and he's found Matty Day.
Forward 6 in Oakleigh, and he's kicked 2, and will be going back from probably 35 or so out. Not much of an angle, so hopefully he can slot this through and make it 3 for him.
So Day to come in. And kicks from 35 out and put it through.
No. Behind.
Oh, just faded left. Blocked it off the boot, but hit the post. That's why it was so close.
Board now reads 24 goals 10, 24 goals 11, 155 to 6 goals 4, 40. So 115 point margin.
Yesterday with the Stingrays. I've got to tell you something. Connor Tharr in the back pocket. And he'll kick long. Karmas over the back, gets it out, gets it running through Britton. Britton's got a loose man and Clark gets it. He's just got to lob it in the right direction. He's found a one-on-one situation. They brought it to ground. Can't quite break away. Probably a centering ball would have been a better option to a more dangerous spot.
Been a lot of that. I'm noticing Oakleigh, maybe they're both doing it, but good tackling technique, pinning one of the arms.
So they're in the forward pocket. Kick was smothered, Faley's kick. They're bursting through here, just Ainsworth's had a great last quarter, but kicks it into a dangerous spot. Here he goes, but tapped through from behind Radovanovic.
So close to the end of the season, Ricky. It's the first time you've called his name correctly.
He's a player I really like because he's definitely an X-Factor player, Radovanovic.
Aiton Delaney kicks in straight up the middle of the ground. Keenor, Big Isaac goes out wide. Gaspar goes in short to Collier Dawkins. Good mark in the middle of the ground. A little bit slow to get up. He decides to go laterally. He finds Phillips. He goes back into the middle of the ground. Jordan plays on. Has to be quick. Kick smothered off the boot. Rocky gets it across to Watkins. They go forward. They've got some clear air here. Western Jets going into the middle. Solid defence. Pantelareski comes through. Shoulder dipped. All players get up. Good footy. Daniel gets up again. Feeds off the handball to Manton. He's got a man all on his own. Will he play on? Will he play on?
He was tempted to.
He spots up a man in the middle.
Good pass by Radovanovic.
Radovanovic.
So you've got to split it up into two.
All those syllables. The Jets. And this will be Will Faili. Will Faili. He is near enough to directly in front. Lucas, is it? Lucas, yes. Lucas Faili.
Close enough.
Comes in directly in front, kicks from 30, hooks to the left, through for a behind. 6-6-36 to 24-11. Big score Keenor, handballs over the top. Good linking footy. Gets it to Robertson. Handball onward forward to Westwood. Gets it across to Gaspar. Low centre Valagi, caught in the tackle, dispossessed. Thar comes out wide, finds Manton. Manton to Thar. Thar, short pass into Murphy, Hamish Murphy. Murphy comes off the side of his boot, but luck's a fortune. Manton about to kick it off the carpet, thinks better of it. Hearn in heavy traffic, gets the ball taken off him. Aiton Delaney, good handball to Gasper through the middle. They just muck it up at the wrong time. Flip the ball out. Rocky kicks it. There's a number of charges there. Aiton Delaney draws. Gets it across to goals. Oh. Charlie Whitehead. Need to kick it, Charlie. Finds Williams on the first bounce, and it's over the boundary line, out of bounds. Forward pocket, Lygon Street end. Time check, Siobhan.
7 minutes left in this quarter, and it stands at 24 goals, 11, 155 Oakleigh, 6 goals, 642 Western Jets on the NG scoreboard.
Tapping it down in the forward pocket. Here's a chance. R2 gives it off, and we've got a shot on goal again. That's not Matty Day again, is it?
Anderson.
It is. And that's his third. Had a few goes at it today, Matthew. Been a good player. And it's hard not to include the forwards in the Nixon Finance Player of the Day. Spent a lot of time down there, hasn't it, in this game?
I think you'll need about a best 15 players, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for us to vote, given the amount of ball use they've had. And I would hate to see the possession count at the moment.
Yeah.
Ball in the middle.
They need another goal to break the score record. So for the season.
That's what we need. 5 or 6 minutes to go. Ball comes out. Here they go forward through Anderson. Oh, Gasper. He's all alone inside 50. No one within a bull's roar. And this to break the season high record.
Yep, should be. I think it's equaling it. 167 is the equal, and I believe this, if he kicks it, will go up to 167. I think they're 161 at the moment.
This will bring the score to 26 goals, 11, 167 to 6 goals, 642 if he kicks this goal, which is just an extraordinary score.
Gasper comes in. Kicks to the right, never works. They don't understand the importance.
Handy point, Crooksy.
Yeah.
Could be a handy point.
They just need one more. And the largest margin in that same game was 126 points.
25-12 plays 6-6. Western bring it back in. Good shepherding. They kick to half back. Big Buku. Beautiful mark. Thinks about it. Puts in the short one. This is Papachasakis. He finds Connor Thar, takes a bounce straight away. Second bounce. Goes forward, kicks out wide. And big Collier Dawkins, been a big presence on the ground, Riley. Gives a bit of direction. That is Williams flying for it.
Now, one player we've missed a bit of today, he's been pretty quiet. A regular ball player from that back line, Thomas Hearn. He's out there at half back, but normally...
Mitchell.
Mitchell Hearn.
I think we went to school with a Thomas Hearn, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he might have fought for the heavyweight championship.
Right. That was Colin Hearn we went to school with. But we
Thomas
digress.
was a heavyweight fighter, wasn't
Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Who did he fight?
Hearn has been a really good player this year, but been quiet today.
All right.
Like many of them.
Caught in a tackle there was Xavier O'Neill. Ball thrown up. Walters taps down. Quick kick by Crazy. Kiriasis kicks to half forward. Advantage, advantage, advantage. They're off to the races. Fortuitous kick. Jordan first to it. Keeps the ball in front of him. Then he starts to run. Finds O'Neill in defensive 50. He kicks out wide to Rowell. Rowell gets it across to Matt Day. Bang on centre wing. Day goes inboard and finds Jay Robertson. He goes in short and spots up Westwood. Westwood goes out wide. Just playing keepings off here. Do they not know there's a record at stake, Peter?
No, like they need to send the runner down there. If anyone down on the bench is listening, get them down there. They need a goal.
Rowell goes into Gasper, marks on his chest. He's still a kick and a half away from goal. Gasper kicks to the hot spot. It's a one-on-one with Williams.
Oh, umpire, come on. It was there, but let's face it. Let's not get facts in the way, yeah.
Here's your man, Hearn, Rick.
Oh.
Hearn goes to centre wing. Good lead, good grab. They kick up to half forward, and Jordan loved his game. Jordan goes inboard to Collier Dawkins. Lays off the handball to O'Neill. He's stopped in his tracks. Collier Dawkins isn't. He just goes through, charges, loses the footy. Now they go forward. The Jets punch. They could be in the van here. Kick it goal across the face there by Murphy. To be sure, Hamish. And it's another behind.
They can't buy one at the moment, can they, the Jets? So we'll have the kick out from Westwood. He's found Jordan, who's been superb. Oh, here's an intercept. They can't break away. Golds gives it off. Westwood gets it wide. He's got a man there. And Gasper has it, almost at centre wing. Pops it over the top. He's got the runner in Rowell. He's another one. Been great today. So's Ross. Just got so many on-ballers that can use the footy. We'll have a ball up.
Can't be long left now, only a few minutes.
It's the outer side. Legends stand side of the ground. Now they've palmed it out. Noah Anderson gets it on the left. Kicks it out in front of a long lead.
Here we go.
And a nice pass. That's well executed. And we've got Williams who dishes it off. And he's kicked it to Day.
There's 6 seconds left.
Oh, no. So he's going to have a
time
shot.
Clock.
No big deal.
Oh, no.
They've been convincing winners all day. And Matt Day to have a kick after the siren. And he's kicked 3 already. Been a great player all day.
It's for the record.
And Matthew Day coming in from 35 minutes out. And misses.
Oh, jeez.
So I might get Siobhan to just read that scoreboard out.
I'll just let Siobhan come a bit closer to us, because she's
stuck, is she?
Right on the range of that little radio mic. Can't go much further. Might have to come straight across the ground, Siobhan.
An absolute country mile, you guys. So I'll make my way onto the ground and collect the beanies and.
What's the final score?
Some of the players, but the final scoreboard reads 25 goals, 13, 163 to 6 goals, 743. So a huge victory to the Oakleigh Chargers.
Good work. The goal kickers, please, Matt.
Peter, we'll get there one day.
You might want to do the Jets first.
We'll get close enough that you'll know my first name by the end of the call. Anyway, the Jets, yes.
Pete, sorry, I keep calling you.
Yeah, that's all right. So for the Jets, they're all singles, the same as they were at the last break. Watkins, Kiriazis, Andrews, Manton, O'Halloran and Pantellaresco. And for the Chargers, no shortage there. Dylan Williams with 6. Atu Boston-Vulaji with 4, Matthew Day with 3, Jake Gasper with 3, Charlie Whitehead with 3, Jay Robertson with 2, and then singles to Riley Collier-Dawkins, Xavier O'Neill, Matt Rowell, and Bailey Wraith.
Crikey. While we're waiting to get some interviews, the mark of the day, executive maintenance mark of the day. About the
Good
only thing they
question.
didn't
There
really have, did they?
wasn't really any big flyers, were there, throughout the day? Didn't get a lot to call.
The goal of the day. And surely we found one.
We found about 15
There was
of
Jake
those.
Gasper over in the pocket, I thought.
Yeah, that was the main one. And special mention as well to Xavier O'Halloran's long goal.
All right. Just once Siobhan's got someone.
So we've got Dylan Williams.
Just have to come a bit closer, Siobhan.
She's behind the pack here.
All right, so down on ground level, I've got with me Atu and Dylan. That was an absolutely brilliant win from your team. How did you assess the performance today?
It was a good four-quarter effort. We pride ourselves playing 25 times 4, and yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, I think it was just a good teamwork and sharing the ball. It was probably our best asset, yeah.
How did you feel the difference in intensity in a final lifted in that game? Did you find it was a lot harder to play than a normal home and away game?
Definitely, it's elimination, so you also don't want to get knocked out, so the heat's up.
Yeah, it's probably very nerve-wracking, the adrenaline pumping and everything, so yeah.
So you're now into a preliminary final against the Gippsland Power next weekend. From the beginning of this season, did you feel that you had a pretty special group with these boys? I mean, you finished third on the ladder overall and you pulled in this performance today, which was extremely dominant.
Yeah, ever since the start of pre-season, the boys have bonded really well, and I think we can go pretty far.
Yeah, I think our connection between the boys off the field is really good, which has helped us today.
And not to individualise too much, but you two played a really big role in the win today. How did you assess your performance?
Oh, it was all right.
6 goals, come on.
No, a good team win.
And Atu?
Yeah, it was